Shout out to Money Brown, man. Errol Spence Jr. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, so I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV, and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the king of the welterweight division, Errol the True Spence Jr., the big fish, who is the unified WBC and IBF welterweight world champion, you know, who's taking on Manny Pacquiao, who is the WBA super world champion. And Errol Spence is looking to snatch that belt August the 21st if he can be victorious. But this is about him having similarities to Jaron Ennis, the up-and-coming Philly king, one bad boy out there looking to get his big shot. And we all know Jaron, his path is kind of coming up like ESJ, man. We know Errol Spence was on the rise to become a world champion. Turned professional in 2012. Was on a 2012 Olympic team. Was cheated. You know what I mean? They cheated him. Kind of messed up his rise. You know, they came back and admitted that he won the fight. But he just couldn't gear himself back up, you know, for the next fight he ended up losing. But that's neither here nor there because of where he at right now. Them cats can't touch him, you feel me? But Errol coming up in the game, man. Like I say, turned professional in 2012. Was on the rise. Was on a hot streak. You know, stopping everything. Body shots. You know, face shots. And just, you know, punishing people, man. He was punishing people. And, you know, once he got to about 14, 15 fights, you know, he started looking at the big dogs. He wanted, you know, the Keith Thurmans and the Sean Porters and the Danny Garcias. But neither one of them dudes wanted to fight him because they was looking at him as a high risk, low reward. And the truth be told, ESJ, he did have to prove himself. You know, I ain't gonna sit up here and sugarcoat nothing. When you look at Jaron Ennis, he's coming up the same way. They both southpaws. They both was coming up. Jaron Ennis, he's destroying things, looking amazing. He's calling out the big dogs now, like he want Errol Spence, Bud Crawford, you know, the Keith Thurmans of the world. He still got Danny Garcia right there in Philly with him, but he want the big shots. He worked his way into the top 10, and he's coming up just like Errol Spence, you know, a ferocious young lion, and he's not afraid of nothing. Boot's not afraid of nothing, and he want the opportunity. He want the opportunity, but at the same time, he's a high risk, low reward right now. You know, the popularity is not there, even though he's growing, and even though, like us hardcore fans, we see the skill set and we see what he is, he still is going to have to earn his shot, and he's going to have to wait that turn at the welterweight division because the cats at the welterweight division feel like they're on a level to where if it ain't worth X amount of dollars, then they not going to get into the ring with you. You feel me? They not going to get into the ring with you. But like I say, when we're looking at Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis, you see the similarities, bro, for us on the rise. I'm not saying skill-wise because they both got two different styles. Jaron Ennis, he is a more, I could say a more slicker fighter, a more mover. But we know Errol Spence is like more ferocious, walk you down, blocking with his arms, you know, catch and shoot type of fighter. Errol Spence work off the jab, beautiful jab, strong jab. And Jaron Ennis, he's like a speedster. In my book, I think he's like a speedster, but a hard puncher at the same time. Jaron Ennis, he's missed and blessed with a lot of things. But EJ is just that ferocious king that's going to come to your ass. They can box and also switch it up when he want to. But they styles are similar, bro. They styles are similar. And that's why I say when you look at Errol Spence, from 2012 to 2015, it took him 5 years to become a world champion. You know, it took him 5 years. It takes some people lesser than that, depending on who you with, depending on who got the title, and if they can swindle it. You know what I mean? You know, politics is a motherfucker in boxing. That's something we can't deny. You know, the facts are the facts. If you with the right promotion team, and they can make it happen with somebody else, or if they got somebody on their roster that's a world champion and they want to catapult you quick, they feel like you got the skill set and you can go out there and make them some money, and they feel like you can win that title, then they will put you in position to win a world title. And I don't knock that because that's how the game goes. This is the boxing business. But ESJ, he earned his way the right way. And not saying that if those people get catapulted to a title shot, that they didn't earn their way the right way. But, you know, he stayed down till he came up. He didn't complain about nothing. He went to every press conference with the chip on his shoulder as like, guess what? When I make it here, you know, I will make it to these guys and tables will turn. That was his mindset. And he destroyed everything they put in front of him. He didn't cry about nothing. He didn't go out there like, oh, man, these dudes don't want to fight me. They ducking me. None of that. He just stayed down, went the right ways that he had to go. He wasn't in WBC. A lot of people want to act like he left out the WBC because of the VADA shit. That's a lie. He left out the WBC because Tim Bradley wasn't go fight him, and he wasn't go wait that long for an opportunity. He seen the IBF route, right? Al Heyman put him in position. Kell Brook stepped up to the plate like a man. I gotta respect Kell Brook because he could have vacated and went up like Eddie Hearn wanted him to, but he stepped up to the plate like a man. Got a big time fight in Brahma Lane in his hometown, which will forever be history. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even get fights in their country or in their cities, let alone in the hometown where he grew up. So shouts out to Kell Brook for bringing that fight to Brahma Lane. He will always be remembered for that, but he will also be remembered for taking that knee. You know what I'm saying? Like my bro Keith say, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. ESJ made him take that knee. And with Jaron Boots Ennis, you know, he's like on the same path as Errol Spence in my opinion. Like when you look at him, what he just did to Sergey Lipinets, it's like what Errol Spence did to Chris Algieri. If y'all can look at the picture, you can see that's Chris Algieri, ESJ putting down, and you can look right there and see that's Lipinets, Jaron Boots Ennis putting down, and they both landed them hard ass lefts. You feel me? Tagging them boys, them hard ass left, putting their ass down, and it looked like two hooks at the same time. So with Jaron Boots Ennis, like I say, all he got to do is stay down until he come up. He just worked his way in the top 10, right, after beat Sergey Lipinets. Now it looked like, you know, he's going to be on the undercard of Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. And they looking at Custio Clayton, a guy who had a draw with Sergey, who some people thought beat Sergey. I thought he beat Sergey Lipinets myself, right? And if he can go out there and demolish this man, Custio Clayton, who is a tough guy, who's undefeated, if Boots can go put his hands on him and make it look like he did with Sergey Lipinets and just get the W as well, then he's going to begin to experience. And to me, I ain't going to say he's going to be putting fear in the welterweight division because nobody is afraid of nobody, but the recognition will be good and he will be growing and he will put them boys on notice a little bit more. A little bit more. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my thing with Boots is we don't know how well he can take a punch. You feel me? Errol Spence picked Jaron Ennis to beat Sean Porter. If he can take a punch, EJ said if he got a good chin, if his chin can hold up, then, you know, he might pick him to beat Sean Porter in a tough, gritty fight. And we look at Jaron Ennis, it look like he's built for the physicality. You know what I'm saying? He's built for the physicality. But we got to see what that gas tank like, baby, when we got somebody in there that can rumble with you. You feel me? What it's like when they can rumble with you. I always say this, when you ain't the fastest, when you ain't the strongest, when you ain't the smartest in the ring, you have to make adjustments. And I think Sean Porter will make Boots have to make adjustments. You know, even though Sean came out and say he's not looking to get into the ring with Jaron Ennis, he look at him as a young, hungry lion, sort of like Andre Berto looked at Errol Spence. They asked Berto would he get into the ring with Errol Spence. That boy say no. You understand me? No. Why you coming around here fucking with these people? That boy ain't want no parts of ESJ, but it was out of respect. Like Berto said, when you up and coming, man, and you that young, hungry lion, you just ferocious, bro. You ain't got that much punishment on your body. You feel like you the best. You can't be beat, and it's just a different adrenaline when you coming up in the game and you're hungry because you want to prove yourself. Jaron Boots Ennis want to prove himself. Errol Spence back then when he took on Chris Algieri, he wanted to prove himself. Then going to knock out Leonard Bundu, then going to stop Kell Brook, you know, he wanted to prove himself. So he was on a mission. You stay in the gym, you put in the extra mile, you go them extra rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you go be on that spotlight sooner than later. And when you get there, you don't want to let it slip. You don't want to let it slip. You want to take advantage of the moment. And that's what Jaron Boots Ennis on. Like he's looking for that moment to where he can show up and show out on somebody. Sergey Lipinets was the first guy, but he know that's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the guys where you can go out there and look good against because he's a former champion at 140. You know, he did his thing at 147, returned Lamont Peterson, things like that. Having a tough fight with Custio Clayton, but Sergey Lipinets, you know, he made his name and he fought Mikey Garcia, a hell of a fighter at 140. Mikey dropped him, but Mikey couldn't stop him. And Jaron Boots Ennis went in there and demolished him. You understand me? Demolished him. So when we're looking at that situation, you know, Boots looking for that real marquee name to where he can go out there and say, yeah, I'm here. I have arrived. You feel me? But like I say, even beating Sergey Lipinets put him in the top 10. But just being in the top 10 is not going to guarantee you the fights. It's not. Because the top guys at the top, they look at you as a real threat. You're a real threat. Just like Errol Spence was a real threat. And they understand when you coming in the game like that, like whomever Errol Spence would have beat back then, Errol would have had all that thunder, and you would have been looked at as a victim of Errol Spence Jr. It don't matter who you lost to, who you beat, none of that shit. Because of the wave and the buzz that Errol Spence had, you would have been looked at as a victim of Errol Spence Jr. Nothing else would have mattered. Right now, Jaron Boots Ennis is on the same course. Like whomever get into the ring with him, even if you lost to somebody or you beat a top dog, and if Boots beat you, you're going to be looked at as a victim of Jaron Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take all that thunder from you. And them cats at the top, they looking at it like, nah, the money ain't worth it right now. To get in there and have a tough fight with this young, hungry-ass lion, the way he whooping motherfuckers, his skill set, the speed, the accuracy, the physicality, you know what I mean? The smartness. If I was to lose to this kid, He's taking all my thunder. And all I'm going to be is the cat that Jaron Boots Ennis just made his name off of. And them dudes don't want that right now, especially if the pay ain't worth it. You feel me? We see Keith Thurman coming back, taking on Sean Porter. Terrence Crawford look like he finna take on a fucking 140-pounder in Cepeda or Regis Prograis, whomever that is. Errol Spence got the big dog at Manny Pacquiao. You got Danny Garcia. We don't know what's going on with him, but Jaron Boots Ennis never made a step towards Danny Garcia way. Maybe out of respect because they both from Philly, but that fight Boots should be trying to get, because that's the fight to you can become the top welterweight from Philly and take that spot from Danny, because right now Danny's still above you. Danny's still above you. That's the fight that I want for Jaron Boots Ennis, to become the king of Philly. Take out Danny Garcia. Take him out. You feel me? I know y'all might be cool, might be friends, but this is business, homie. This is business. You know what I'm saying? I think that fight will put Boots right where you want to be, in the top 5, top 6. And then you'll be in position to fight one of these dudes, because that's like almost like a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? And we know ESJ got 2 scraps. Sorry, guys. If Manny Pacquiao get elevated to the WA Super like he's supposed to, right? And if EJ beat him, he going to have 3 scraps. And if EJ can't get Turnbull Crawford, he say he on his way to 154. He on his way to 154. So when them titles get relinquished and Errol drop his scraps, like Mayweather said, when I relinquish my titles, you understand me? EJ that big dog now. Then, you know, Boots can fight for it. He could be in position to fight for one of them titles and become world champion, because the kid will be world champion. I put money on that. Jaron Boots Ennis will be world champion. You know what I'm saying? It's just when an opportunity comes, you got to step up to the plate and make it happen. You know, him and Virgil Ortiz, they on the crash course. But, you know, right now, Jaron Boots Ennis is looking more promising than Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? We're looking at the skill set. We're looking at the opponents. Virgil just beat Maurice Hooker. I think, in my opinion, I think Sergey Lipinets might be a little better than Maurice, but you never know. Maurice might can beat Sergey. But, nonetheless, they beat two former champions from 140 pounds, and they both did it in impressive fashion. You feel me? But, Jaron Ennis, stay down till you come up, champ. Stay down till you come up. You headed in the right direction. You just seen that you just got Sergey Lipinets out of there. Your next fight is on the pay-per-view card. So, I ain't going to say that he got too much longer to go before he get that world title shot. It's going to come down to Errol Spence, what Errol Spence want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to what ESJ want to do, if you want to stay at 147 or if you want to go to 154, because he is the man at 47. Everybody know he's the money man. He's pulling in the checks. The sanctioning body's rocking with ESJ. He want to be undisputed. So if he get past Manny Pacquiao, it's up to Turnbull Crawford to step up to the plate and accept. But if not, you know, we'll see how Errol Spence want to move on his chessboard. But to Jaron Boots Ennis, man, when I look at him, I'm looking at the path of Errol Spence. Even though it's his own destiny and his journey, they got the similarity because you're so damn good, right? You're so damn good. And even though you're younger than ESJ as well, you're so damn good to where it's going to come to you're a high risk, low reward. And until you get that fight, they can step you up or make you a world champion, right? The other top dogs ain't going to be looking at you until they feel like the pay is worth it. You know what I'm saying? The pay got to meet the the risk. The pay got to meet the risk. And when it do, then you'll see them dudes starting to look at Jaron Ennis and saying, let's get it on. And when that time come, that's when the tables has turned. That's when the table has turned, and Jaron Boots Ennis will be on top. Because I do feel like he's going to reign at 147, and he's going to reign for a while, assuming on how long he want to stay at 147. Because the kid is an animal. He's a dog. The skill set is real, and Philly got them one. I'm going to repeat. Philly got them one. So shouts out to my bro ESJ, August 21st. Go in there and do your goddamn thing against the great legendary Manny Pacquiao. Send him back to the Philippines to become the president. Shouts out to Jaron Boots Ennis. Keep working your ass off, young king. Your time will come. Your time will come. Just ask ESJ, bro. And good luck. And whomever they put in the ring with you on August 21st, handle your business. You feel me? I like both of these dudes, a fan of both. And we'll see how their career play out in the future. Until then, it's your boy Money. It's the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TrainHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.